Welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti. And on this Friday, we want to begin with a look at the weather forecast as we head into the afternoon hours. In a nice sunny shot, we have Thomas Patrick outside. Thomas, what can we expect later this afternoon?
Yeah, today, expect that sunshine. It is beautiful blue skies overhead. Even looks like the sun is getting a little bit higher in the sky, and it is day after day as we approach the final stages of winter here today. Feeling a lot nicer to maybe just enjoy a little bit of the outdoors. Still a bit of a chill in Deer Park where the last of the fog is departing, but it did not take long for us to jump into the 40s just thanks to that little bit of sunshine. And that's what we've got for the rest of the day. Again, those temperatures jumping up quickly. We have a good chance to hit 50 degrees even for this afternoon. So looking awesome today and for tomorrow. But our big weather changes, as I highlighted verbally at the top of the show, is coming from this storm system. It is primed and set up over the North Pacific, and that colder Alaskan air is going to slide right into the Pacific Northwest by this Sunday. So if you're going to enjoy the outdoors, make it either today or tomorrow, because the rain and high winds begin Sunday, and we're tracking snow come next week. We'll cover the latest details on this incoming storm system in your full forecast in about 15 minutes.
Spokane County started sending out ballots, so you should be getting yours in the mail any day now. The ballot is for the presidential primary election. Nicole Hernandez is in studio today explaining why this ballot may look a little bit different than what we're normally seeing.
So this is a look at what the ballot is actually going to look like when you get it in the mail and you open it up. You're going to have a box for the Democratic Party, and then you're going to have a box for the Republican Party. Know that you can only vote for one of those boxes. You can either fill out the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. If you fill out both, your vote will not count. Once you decide which one and you vote for your candidate, you're going to, of course, fold up your ballot, put it in the envelope, and then you have to also put which party you voted for on the outside of the envelope, and that has to match what you did inside your envelope as well. One more thing that's important with the ballot this year specifically, some of these candidates are actually no longer in the race. Biden and Phillips still in the race, but Williamson drops out. As for the Republican Party, only Nikki Haley and Donald Trump are left in the race at this point. So make sure you're voting for someone that's actually going to be able to use your vote. Once the primary is over, the Democratic Party will give delegates to every candidate who gets at least 15% of the votes. The more votes, the more delegates. The Republican Party will give votes to anyone who gets more than 20% of the votes. If any of them get more than half of the votes, they'd get all of the Republican delegates. And then all those delegates eventually go to each party's national convention to officially decide who each candidate will be.
The nomination of president with the political parties has to be done by the party process. So as people are watching the news, you notice other states are doing this, like New Hampshire and Iowa, and some of them are caucus states and some are primary states. But it's an internal party process. And this is backed up by the U.S. Supreme Court.
So for this primary, ballots have to be in by March 12th at 8 p.m. Just like other elections, you can either get into a ballot box or postmarked in the mail by that point. If you're not registered to vote yet, you can still register online or by mail until March 4th, and then you can register in person all the way until that March 12th date. In studio, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Also happening today, Republican candidates are getting in a last wave of campaigning to get supporters to the South Carolina primary polls. Former President Donald Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley are facing off in her home state tomorrow. Yesterday, Haley touted a new poll showing she has a better chance of defeating President Biden than Trump. Right now, Trump does have a lead over Haley among likely GOP voters, with some voters saying it could prove difficult for future campaigning.
Trump is so far ahead of her, she has no chance.
If you don't carry your home state, you're going to have a tough time winning down the road.
Early voting ended yesterday with more than 160,000 voters already casting their vote. We'll be watching, of course, this closely and have results as they continue to come in. All right, we are just 1 week away from the grand reopening of the Garland Theater. Right now, the new owners are working hard to finish renovating the lobby, and we do have some new video and a sneak preview for you this afternoon. Some of the changes include a new arcade area, updated neon, a self-serve soda fountain, and Star Wars-like doors when you enter the theater. The lobby will also be filled with dozens of vintage posters and movie props as well.
1945, when this theater was opened, it was deemed the theater of the future. So we're trying to hit on a Jetsons-like take of what a futuristic theater in modern society looks like.
So a new feature that the owners are pretty excited about is what's called the $5 Movie Club. That gets you free movies on Sundays for the rest of the year. The theater's website just went live a few days ago, along with the schedule that they have posted now for March. We have a lot more coverage about the Garland Theater on KREM 2 Plus. To learn more, head to KREM.com or the KREM 2 Plus app. By the way, if you don't have KREM 2 Plus, it's free to download right now on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Lots of sports news to talk about. Last night, the number 21 WSU men's basketball team knocked off the number 4 Arizona Wildcats in a nail-biter upset. The Cougs are now first place in the Pac-12 for the first time since 2007. The Cougs next take on the Arizona State Sun Devils. That's tomorrow. Tip-off is set for 5 p.m. And then on Monday, we will see what impact these games have on the rankings. And last night, Gonzaga women's basketball star and WCC Player of the Year, Yvonne Ejim, announced she will be returning for a 5th year.
I know I made the best decision for me, so I'm just excited. I'm really happy that I get to stay with this team and this program and kind of like this Gonzaga community, just because it's so like I've built a home here.
Pretty impressive. The Zags winning now 21 games in a row. They will be back in action tomorrow in Malibu. They're playing against Pepperdine with tip-off set for 2 p.m.